Hello. So I had a learner of mine at a workshop this morning ask me about how to encourage scissor use for kids aged between 3 and 6, and of course kids who have developmental delay. So I thought I'd make my first ever video about scissor use. What we work on when we work with motor skills is we have a 3-phase process. With motor skills, we always have an introduction, we then progress our skills, and then we master them. The difficulty with scissor use is when we have a piece of paper and some scissors. That's called bilateral coordination, where we need to use our left hand and our right hand at the same time. If we get a kid to try and cut a piece of paper without mastering the use of these muscles, then we get a lot of hacking type scissor use. So they snip at it rather than a beautiful fluid motion. So I'm going to run you through the steps of how to get a child from the start of learning how to use the scissors to being able to master that skill. So here we go. So if you think about the movements that are required to pick up a pair of scissors and use them, if you look at my hand here, the muscles that I'm using in a pair of scissors are my thumb and my first 2 fingers in a rhythmic pinching type action. To master the skills of scissor use, we need to first master this pinching type action. So songs like the Crab song can help with this action, but I wouldn't even start worrying about scissors until you can master this rhythmic pattern. Making sure that every time they do this exercise or this to a song, these fingers aren't moving, the little 2 fingers aren't moving, and we can sing the song and concentrate on a song while being able to master this exercise. This exercise in itself has those 3 stages. The introduction, we might find the kids will really look at their fingers struggling how to find them. Once they finally find how to do that, they'll progress and their movement will get a little bit quicker. And once they can master this skill, they'll be able to do something else at the same time. So I've mastered this skill because I can talk to you right now while pinching my fingers together. We then want to do bilateral coordination. We want to be able to pinch our fingers together while doing something with this left hand, because for scissors, we need 2 hands. So I usually progress up to something like this pincher fork. Now I know that for us, we can only fit 1 finger in here. Some tiny fingers might be able to fit 2, even if you can just get 1 finger to get used to a pincer grip. So now we're progressing it to being able to use our pincher muscles with a tool, because scissors are a tool. So we're going to try and pinch, say, pom-poms. Look, I can't even do it. So I'm going to use 2 hands to pinch a pom-pom. Ta-da! Bilateral coordination. My left hand is helping my right hand pinch together. Similar to my left hand would be the paper and my right hand would be the scissors in a scissor activity. So we've gone from learning the pincher action to using the pincher tool on something quite basic before we even worry about the scissors. Next thing with the scissors, I'm going to move it closer for you. If we think about picking up scissors, you'll get kids hold them in awkward positions or hold them in really unusual positions. Picking up a pair of scissors is one skill, so we need to practice it. So we pick up the scissors, we teach them how to put the thumb in the little hole, the fingers in the big hole, and we don't do anything else. We put the scissors back down. We practice putting our thumb in the little hole, our fingers in the big hole, and we pick up our scissors. Step 1, right? We then can start to understand scissors. We might have a little turn of opening our scissors and shutting them. We might even do the song, open, shut them, yeah? To get them used to the scissors first. We can't get cutting paper until we've mastered what scissors are even involved with in a safe manner. What I suggest then is, so we can do scissors, we know how to pick them up, we can pick them up in the right manner, we have our thumb and fingers in the right hole. We will then move on, letter T. We will then move on to cutting a piece of paper. To cut a piece of paper, I would always start with a thicker piece of paper. If you think about it, I'm going to hold this paper in my left hand, and holding this piece of paper versus this floppy moving piece of paper, this one's going to be a lot easier. I also use coloured card that's bright, so my visual system is triggered with this activity. So I get my cardboard and I use my scissors and I cut a piece of card first. Once I can master that, I can then even start to worry about cutting a piece of paper. To make this activity easier, you can have lined cutting pieces of paper with straight lines first. Just give them something really simple to follow first. That is how you go from having no scissor skills to scissor skills. Thank you for watching.